Hi everybody, this workout segment is strength and conditioning supersets using some dumbbells. So what I'd like you to do is grab yourself a pair of heavy dumbbells and also a pair of light dumbbells to get through this workout. A nice cardio combination for this one, guys. So very lightly on the ball of the foot, we're going to start with some jumping jacks. Let's try and keep a nice steady pace for the minute, and then we'll switch it up and start to work some push-ups, but we're going to throw some knee strikes in there as well to really engage the core and engage the hips as well. You can see I'm doing pretty deep push-ups, and then as I come up, I'm going to throw that knee strike in. Now, if you can't do push-ups, then you can always do the rookie version off your knees, and then when you get back up, make sure you throw exactly the same knee strike.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Let's go.
A great cardio combination for this one, guys. This is particularly good for post-workout cardio, or it's good for warm-up as well. You can see we're working some gentle half burpees. So I'm basically stepping into the burpee position. There's no push-up and there's no jump at the end. So it's essentially just getting the blood circulating. It's a nice warm-up, and like I said, it'll get the heart rate up as well. And then we're going to switch it up and work some lunge hops. So again, very nice and light on the ball of the foot. Try and keep minimal impact on those knees. And you can see it's a nice lengthy lunge hop that I'm doing, and it's consistent pace and just staying nice and light on the ball of the foot. Your turn to try this one. combining a goblet squat with a sumo deadlift for this exercise. So starting with your goblet squat, you can see that my feet are parallel, toes are pointing forward, knees are right over the top of it, so we're running on train tracks basically. And as I drop down, you can see that my elbow touches my thigh, so that's gonna create that perfect lower position in your squat. And then you basically stand back up and keep those repetitions going. Then we're going to change over and work some sumo deadlifts. Now you can see I've gone with a kettle grip on this one. So my hands are in a neutral position. My legs are nice and wide. My toes are pointing out. So as I drop forward and down into these deadlifts, I'm not only using my back, but I'm really using my glutes and my hamstrings as well. This superset will be a nice compound legs workout. Let's get you to have a go.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to
A rotational squat complex for this exercise, guys. So you can see that I'm starting off with a relatively wide squat, and then I'm twisting 90 degrees into a lunge and then coming back up into my squat again, and then twisting and hitting the other side of the lunge. And we're just going to continue this complex until the end of the set. Keep control of your movement. Make sure that you're getting all the way down until your elbow touches your thigh. And make sure you keep vertical posture and nice neutral spine as you do it. Your turn to try this one.
Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars where I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars where I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling
thruster and calves raise superset for this exercise. So starting with your hips thrusters, make sure you've got the dumbbell sitting at your hips, and then we're going to lift all the way up until you hit a straight line from your knee to your shoulder, and then dropping back down into that rested position. Now as you lift up, you're really squeezing your hamstring and glutes and your lower back, and then trying to put a little pause at the top of it before you get back down into that seated position. We're going to then switch it up and work some calves raises. So standing up with your feet at shoulder width, your spine nice and neutral, we're going to lift all the way up to the ball of the foot, engaging those calves, putting a little pause at the top if we can, and then dropping back down until your feet are nice and flat. Let's have a go at this superset now.
I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got it all to myself. I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got it all to myself.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. A couple of different squat variations for this exercise. So we're starting with a dumbbell weighted sumo squat, and then we're going to change it up and work some fast-paced squats as well. So with the sumo squats, you can see that I've got nice wide footing and that my toes are pointing out. Now you want to make sure your knees are right on top of it as well. And this variation of a squat is going to really get into your glutes and work your hamstrings in particular. Then what we'll do is we're going to switch our foot position and go shoulder width with parallel feet. So this is going to transition everything and put the weight onto your quadriceps. Now we've lost the dumbbells, but we've increased the pace. So it's essentially your own body weight, but it's nice fast squats for this one. Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. A dumbbell deadlift and isometric squat combination for this exercise, guys. So starting with your deadlifts, now you can see that we're going into what looks like a squat, but you're leaning forward as you do it. So we're bending the knees, we're using the quadriceps, we're using the glutes, but we're also using our back for this exercise. So drop down until the dumbbells are almost at the floor, and then when you lift up, we're separating the dumbbells and pulling our shoulders back. So really emphasizing the flexion in the back for this one. Then we're gonna switch. Hold just one of the dumbbells and go into an isometric squat. So with this one, you want to make sure that your feet are just a little wider than your shoulders. Your feet are nice and parallel, and then you're dropping down into that squat while maintaining vertical posture. Hold the dumbbell in place until the end of the set.
Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy, spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, ew, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Ew, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy, spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, hey, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Hey, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy, spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, hey, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Hey, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me. A nice difficult thigh burner cardio combination for this exercise, guys. So we're going to combine plyometric squats with running with high knees without the dumbbell. Starting with your plyometric squats, hold onto the dumbbell, drop down into a nice square squat. So make sure that your feet are at shoulder width and that your toes are pointing forward, everything's nice and parallel. And then we're going to jump up and lightly land on the ball of your foot before you transfer your weight back to your heels. The idea is to try to minimize any joint impact on your knees. Then we'll lose the dumbbells and run on the spot with high knees. So again, light on the ball of the foot and just running on the spot until the end of the set. Your turn to try this one.
She's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, my mind. Oh.
Okay, a 3 exercise combination for this one, guys. So this will be a really good warm-up in particular. We're going to work some gentle burpees using the bench, and then we're going to switch it up and do some fast feet, get that heart rate up, and then we're going to finish the set off with some push-ups using the bench. Starting with the gentle bench burpee, you can see that I'm stepping into it rather than jumping into it, and then I'm also avoiding the jump at the top as well. I am going all the way down, getting that full push-up in. So again, just really circulating the blood and just getting the body warmed up with this particular exercise. Then we're going to switch it up and work some fast feet. So really focus on keeping your weight on the ball of the foot and just keeping your center of gravity nice and low so you can really pace up these fast feet. And then to finish off, we're going to go into some bench push-ups. So again, keeping a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle so that we're protecting your back and we're keeping your core active. And then working some push-ups from there until the end of the set. Your turn to try this combination.
Like a G6, like a G6. G6, like a G6.
G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6, like a G6. So fly, like a G6.
Well done for getting through your workout for today, you guys. Now I'm going to hand things over to Daphne, who's going to work on some static post-workout stretching with you.
Start on your hands and knees. Have your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees below your hips. Lift your knees off the ground and press your chest towards your thigh. Try to straighten your legs completely and lower your heels to the floor. You can alternate with bending one knee and pressing the opposite heel into the ground to stretch each leg individually. Ensure your abdominals are engaged and have your shoulders away from your ears. Hold for 30 seconds. Start in a high kneeling position. Take a big step forward with your right leg. Shift your weight forward until your right knee is directly over your ankle joint. Draw your abs to tuck your pelvis and feel the stretch in the right front side of your pelvis. Hold for 30 seconds. Now let's repeat the psoas and hip flexor stretch on the other leg. Stand with one leg crossed over the other. Bend forward at the hips and try to touch the floor with your hands. Try to straighten the back leg. To increase the intensity of your stretch, straighten your spine as well. Hold for 30 seconds. Reverse out of that position safely and repeat with the other leg in front. Stand upright and bend one leg back, grabbing the top of that foot. Bring your foot as close to your butt as possible while keeping your knees close together. Tuck your pelvis and pull your foot back even more for a deepened stretch. Hold onto a wall for balance. Now let's do the quadricep stretch with the other leg.
Great job, well done for finishing your workout today. Now guys, make sure you click here and subscribe to this channel so that you can get more workouts anytime you like. If you hit the join icon and join us as a member, then you'll get access to days 11 to 30 of every workout series as well. See you soon.